Hey, you guys. Sorry, I was trying to get my stream going, and as soon as I started streaming, OBS tanked and then came back up. That's never happened to me before. It just tanked and then had to come back up. And I just upgraded my internet service, so I know it's not that. So it's OBS, which is BS. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing okay today. It's a Sunday. I don't really schedule my streams because I have to be kind of maneuverable with my schedule. So what I do is I just stream and then I record so you guys can go back later and watch it. So it's the best of both worlds. Now, where I was at last time, I think I was needing to add. There is a part one of this video, so I think I was needing to add some of these stickers to this, if I'm not mistaken, in my best Sean Connery voice. Let's see. So we put these on. Oh, it was right here. It was this one. I was like, where do these pieces go? I was looking at the whole wrong piece. That's why. Have you guys been watching Murderbot? I gotta get back to watching it. It's on Apple TV, but of course you can stream it on other websites. Because we're not all rich. We can't all afford all these different ones every time. So it's a pretty good show so far, though. I've been watching it. Pretty interesting concept. I like it because basically it's about a security robot that is lazy, and he jailbroke himself, and then decide he wants to watch TV all day long. You might be saying, well, why would I want to watch that? Well, the problem is he wants to watch TV all day long, and he's a security bot in the middle of securing things. So that's where the funny part comes in. He's supposed to be securing things, and he is not. So that's where the humor comes in. And the bad thing is when he is securing things, he tells them what to do and what not to do, the humans, and they don't listen. So then they get hurt anyway, which causes him problems. And he just wants to go about his merry way, man. Like, they're causing him all kinds of problems. He's not doing anything to bother anybody. Just like humans. But it's been a pretty good show so far. I would definitely recommend it. So basically, I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now on some of these stickers, because I'm building the truck part first and not the robot. So the stickers have already been pre-done in the robot form. So basically I'm having to eyeball some of this, which is fun. Yeah, I've been watching Murderbot. There's a new anime out that I like. It's a Chinese anime called Lord of Mysteries. Very confusing. Very, very deep lore into the show. I have not seen that show. Been busy reading One Piece. Reading. Ha! Who reads? As I read instructions. Who reads? Nerd. Okay, so more solid bricks on right here. On these pieces that are not connected yet. This will give them a little bit of stability. Okay. The funny thing though is when you do these flames like this, you've got all these flames crisscrossing. You would think that the design would be more cohesive for the truck, because the truck flames are the design intentionally you're going for first. So the fact that you have mixed matched stripes kind of going this way on the truck form is kind of disconcerting. But I digress. Alright, so this one looks like the one that goes right here. You got me out of my mind. Real hard to find. You got me out of my head. Poison. That is not it. Oh, I think it's this one. Oh, I think she liked me. Oh, I think she liked me. Yeah. 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 So, I watch the pretty pictures. Yeah, that's what I do whenever I watch the anime. I watch the pretty pictures. I don't even get the translated version. I just get the raw version, where you don't have any translation whatsoever and just watch it and stare at it, you know. And they're like, "Oh, what are you watching?" I'm like, "I don't know." And then they're like, "Well, why do you watch it?" And then I say things like, "Do any of us really know why we do anything?" And then they just go, "Shut up." And then I get to do what I want to do anyway. Maybe that's suitable there. Then these little bitty bricks right here going on top of the blue ones. Yeah, so Lord of Mysteries is good. Murderbot is good. Side note, randomly, I was on the internet and I saw an interview with the guy playing the Cloak on Ironheart. You know, that show that nobody watched but everybody wants to talk about. And my thing is, if you don't want to watch it, you don't want to watch it, it's fine. It looked trash to me, so I didn't watch it. I do think it's funny that they made the minority characters all thieves that steal things. You know, being that it's Disney that made it, you know. But what's open? What's that mean? But so anyway, they're interviewing the guy that played the Cloak on Ironheart, and they're saying, "What do you think about all the people that's like talking trash about the show and everything, blah blah blah?" And you know, at first he kind of starts with a reasonable response because he's like, "Well, he said I did Transformers: Rise of the Beast. You know, they talk trash about it." He said, "Then I did this show, and they talk trash about it." He's like, "You know, you just can't win or whatever." And I was like, or you keep getting into involved in movies that are not very good. It could be that, because arguably Ironheart is a show that could have been good if you had just closed your mouths about the whole show and then just let it come out. Like, you know, hey, we got this new show coming out, here it is. And then just completely shut up about it until it came out. Then people will be like, what's this new show? It's pretty cool. Instead, they started going after the fans, who are all a bunch of trolls. And then everybody's trolling everybody. Nothing's getting done. And here we are. But that's what happens when you get very emotional. Okay. I have a piece of steak stuck in my tooth right now. I know it's there, and it's very disconcerting, but we shall triumph over our obstacles today. We shall push forward for the good of the Autobot race, because they need their leader, and I'm here to give them their leader. There is another anime out that I haven't watched because it's not really my style, but it looks really promising for somebody that would like this kind of style show. I'm thinking if you liked Assassination Classroom, you would probably like this show. And what's funny is I am watching that the summer so-and-so died on Netflix, which is arguably kind of like this show. but I don't like this show, and it's called, I think it's Topeka's or Topaki's or whatever, Original Sin. And I started watching it and just turned it off because I was like, you know, I don't like shows where it's just all around terrible for everybody involved. You know, if I want to see something terrible, I'll just go in my own life. You know, I don't need help looking at terrible things. But seems really promising as a show. Because the premise is this little alien is sent out from its race, and what they do is they try to bring happiness throughout the universe. And of course, what happens? They meet the human race. Or this one alien does. And you know, everything goes sideways because we're terrible. And so that's where it kind of begins. And then he meets this little girl. They become friends. The little girl gets abused by everybody. The little alien does what it can to make things better, and there you go. And then the show starts. Pretty good little show. Like I said, not really my style, but if you like that kind of thing, check it out. It's like those emotional tearjerkers. My style of emotional tearjerkers is Trunks' backstory from Dragon Ball Z. That's my kind of future Trunks. His backstory, that's my kind of tearjerker. You got me out of my mind. You want to find. Oh no, about lost it with that one. You gonna get on there? Okay. Well, here we go with a bunch of stickers again. Hope you guys are doing okay. Wow, I love it. Well, you would, Optimus Prime. That seems to be just your style. It's going pretty good so far. You can kind of tell. A lot of detail so far. Having to build both of these pieces, they're kind of reversed of each other, you know. And I'm having to look at the stickers. Which I'm kind of getting to the point now where they're starting to line up where they go. There's like not a whole lot of them left. Of the flames. And some of them are at least kind of cut into the shape, which kind of helps, you know. You're good with building Legos, I see. I try. Appreciate that. I try. If you look at my channel, I've got other builds on there. Coming along, you know. I think that's it. Yeah, I see. The sticker, and it's funny too because the stickers on the instructions are not exact at what I'm doing either. In a perfect world, I could just do this all day, you know, and not have to worry about anything. But it's not how the world works, sadly. I'm really hoping, there it is. One of my kids came in here earlier, and he likes to be a little Lego thief. Because it's cool to him. He sees them and it just, you know, they blow his mind. He's like, what are all these colors and shapes? And, you know, can I put it in my mouth? I want to eat them. So, I mean, I can't really get mad at him. But there for a while, I was missing some pieces. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. He was taking them. It's funny. He was taking them and he was putting them in his brother's Lego thing. So it was like he was cleaning up. So all of a sudden I started getting stuff snatched, you know, and I'm trying to figure out where it's at. And he's snatching it. But if you guys need any anime recommendations, I got some for you, because in my downtime, that's what I'm doing most of the time. When I'm resting and not doing anything at the moment, that's probably what. And I do cardio too, so when I'm doing cardio, I'm watching anime. So I used to get, like, I have a problem sometimes. I get obsessive over things like that, and I will put them in lists, and I'll be like, okay, Tuesday all these came out, I need to watch them. Wednesday all these came out, I need to watch them, and I'll sit down and be watching them back to back, back, and knocking them out. I used to do that with superhero TV shows back when the Arrow and the Flash and all that would come out. I'd have to sit down and watch them. They came out, so I have to watch myself sometimes. Sometimes I get a little bit, you know, systematic with stuff like that, and I'm like, hey man, you got other stuff you need to be doing. And that's why I'll trick myself into multitasking like a grown-up would do. So I'll like go do laundry at the same time, you know. And so I end up watching it most of the time on my phone as I'm walking around. So it looks like I'm not doing anything to people around me. Like I'm just sitting on my phone. But actually I'm like walking around working. And I try not to be like, to look like one of those tablet people, because I don't let my kids do that. So sometimes it can look backwards to them if I'm walking around on my phone and they're not allowed to be on their phone. So then I have to explain to them that I'm watching a TV show and working at the same time. And they're like, well, I'm watching stuff too. And I'm like, no, you're watching like 2008 Vines on your smartphone on another app. And you're just flipping 10-second videos like this right here. It's a little different. You got me out of my mind. And I'm trying to keep my eye on the chat. So if you guys are chatting me up, sorry. I'm trying to keep my eye on it. I think I figured out which ones are going on these. Stickers wise, they're the only ones left that size, so it would almost have to be right here. I also upgraded my mic. I hope you guys can hear me better than the last couple of videos. I say I upgraded. I took a shotgun mic off of one of my cameras and kind of started using it for these videos. That was on purpose. I did that so I could put that sticker back on there better. Everybody calm down. Everybody stay calm. Okay. There's a lot going on with this part. You got me out of my mind. Hard to find. Come on now. We like that. That one piece keeps falling off. The one piece, as Jack said. These really don't want to go on there. See how hard that one snapped? Pushing the whole thing. Here we go. There we go. Oh. That's going to be kind of the window dividers there, for what I can tell. Another show that I haven't watched but everybody says is pretty good is the Apothecary Diaries. You know, I'm a guy, so I don't get super hung up on those romance shows, but the edits on TikTok are fire. Let's go, Sub Optimus Prime. Woo! Part 2. That's right, Marty. Sub Optimus Prime. But the Apothecary Diaries, the edits on TikTok are amazing. I don't even watch that show, and I'm like, man, y'all doing really good with these edits. That's what TikTok has mainly become now, is edits on there. People are just editing their videos, you know, doing little 10-second videos. Everything, you know, kind of goes in cycles. So you kind of go back and forth with that. I think a lot of stuff like that's going to stay, though. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell what they're saying, because some of these pieces, you can't tell if they're like actually that color or if they're just trying to show you they're in the background. So you have to kind of pay attention on these builds. And they're using a lot of redundant pieces because they're trying to get rid of some of these pieces from the robot build. You can tell. Lord have mercy, that doesn't stack like 5 or 6 pieces on here. I see a lot of people saying they get rich off TikTok shop. What's the secret? Are you TikTok rich? The reason they're getting rich off TikTok shop is they're doing those videos and they're doing those live streams for long periods of time, where they've got live streams going with crazy stuff going on in the background like this, you know, and they're just showing the product. It's like HSN. It's HSN, but it's on TikTok. That's what it is. And they're just live streaming, and people are hitting this and hitting that on the live streams, giving them a little bit of money here and there that way. The views is giving them a little bits of money, and then they're going and buying the product with their code that they give them, and that's getting, so it's like tinkers in, tinkers in, tinkers in, and they go into it full bore, and they're just live streaming all the time doing this. That comedian guy did it on there, the funny comedian guy that has like the 5 o'clock shadow, always wears the caps, and he's real loud, and he used to talk about like conservative humor, and then he moved over to doing the TikTok full time, you know. That guy, he's always doing that. That's kind of that stuff. Then you'll see the Asian people like doing the fake Legos that I do here, but they're selling for like $100, you know, stuff like that. That's what I've seen. That's how they're doing it from what I can tell. And then you'll have the people that just sit there and do the NPC stuff. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. You know, that weird stuff like that. Weirdos. People do anything for money, I'm telling you. I guess that's why I'm not super rich, because there's just some stuff I just won't do. I don't know. I guess that's my problem. As my son would say, get rich, Dad. Get rich, Dad. He don't say Dad anymore. He says, Dad. He's trying to say Dad, but he says Dad. And so my woman thinks it's hilarious because it's like he's speaking another language. Da. Hey, da. Yes, da. Where you say da. He's got you out of my mind. Hard to find. So if you want to get rich with TikTok, that's how you do it. They got to be making a little bit of money because they're still there doing it. I know. Da. Yes, da. He's watching them animes, man. He's starting to speak like them. He's also slowly getting into that, like he's talking, but he's kind of going back and forth into that gibberish speech where he'll be pretending he's talking on the phone and he'll pick up something random, you know, and like he's talking on the phone. Yep. Here you go, Daddy. You talking to Batmobile, Daddy? Yep. And then run off. Kids are funny, dude. Okay, I think that's right. And then that's going on the gold. And that piece fell off again. Dadgum, stinking piece. I would glue it if I didn't think I might be going, putting it, you know, back to the robot later. Because I got that one, that Warhammer 40k thing that I got, I glued some of it together because it kept falling off, and I'm not ever going to take it apart. So, like the little feet, toes on the big feet, I just glued them on there. I was like, good luck, everybody else. Because I'll probably end up giving some of these to my kids, but some of them I won't. You know, because some of them are pretty cool. I end up keeping those. Like the Batmobiles and stuff, why would I give those away? Because you're just going to take them apart and never build it again. Man, my computer is cooling off. Can you hear that thing? It's like, whoa. Which is good. It's good that the fans are working. On a side note, the you know, we're speaking earlier about, you know, the Ironheart show come out and it's not very good. Nobody's really liking it. They're pretending to like it. But at the same time, you know, this new Superman came out, and if you watch my past video, the one from yesterday, you'll know that I didn't go see it because my kid decided to get a $50 giant colossal T-Rex. So I decided to get that for him and not get tickets to go see Superman. So I'll probably go see it later. But I'm not one of the people that just goes crazy and just starts buying a bunch of crazy stuff. I try to budget, man. But I want to go see it. It looks like it's pretty good. I'm ready for DC to start making money on superhero movies, man. Tired of Marvel. Just tired of them. Like, let's move on. Let's go to something else. Because I love Marvel. There's certain Marvel characters like Venom, man. He is just my favorite. I'm tired of it, dude. Let's move on. Let's do something else. Does Superman look soft in this movie? I think what they tried to do is they tried to make him more human-like, because I understand in the Man of Steel, like, he was just too godlike. Like, he was almost to the point to where if you weren't Darkseid, like, you couldn't even fight him. You know what I mean? So I understand. But this movie looks a little bit better for the aspect that when he gets his sunlight powers taken away from him, he's essentially human. And it takes a while to build that strength back up. So when he's getting his strength back, he's not super, he's stronger than everybody, but he's not like that much more. And then you have characters that can hurt him. And Metallo and a lot of these other characters, I have a feeling that the Green Lantern could give him a problem. Guy Gardner movie could give him a problem for a while. And he could beat him, but he could give him a problem. And I have a feeling that, there's many situations where characters could give him problems, even though he is cool and Superman. So I like that aspect. At the same time, the things that I can foresee them doing wrong is Supergirl. Because the spots that I saw in the movie where she shows up and she's looking for her dog and she's drunk and, she's got the jacket on and all that kind of stuff, and she's just like, "Where's my dog?" And I'm like, guys, can we not do the drunk white girl is a mess scene for 1 second? You know what I mean? For 1 second. Come on, guys. I'm going to pause this for just a second, guys. Is it back? Am I back? Am I back on stream? Hello? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so I think I'm back now. Here's the dinosaur. This is said dinosaur. Look at this, it keeps going. His little tail moves. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And for you guys asking, it was $50. And some people might say, that's a lot of money for a toy. Okay, here's the thing. It's 40 inches long. You can feed it stuff. It comes out of its belly. And there, for a while, there was these toys online, right, that you could buy. It was the fad toy there for a minute. Parents were buying it for their kids. It was a big dinosaur like this. And you would feed it for fun, and then the parents would go in there later and like clean it out and get all the toys out and everything. They were $75. This is a Jurassic World name brand toy. Giant T-Rex. 40 inches for $50, okay? A little bit different. I love the silhouette of these T-Rexes from the movies. I just love them. Pretty cool. The legs move. They do all that stuff. What more can you ask for? Stand up, little guy. There we go. Yeah. I mean, what more can you ask for? Anyway, I had to cut the stream short for just a second because I blew the bathroom up. All of a sudden, my son was going. I was like, uh-oh. So I thought it'd be a good time to go get the dinosaur. Alright, so I got those pieces on there. Alright. So now it's wanting me to start covering this top up. All right. But yeah, the Superman thing, it looks good. Now, how they end up handling Supergirl after the fact, I don't know. And some people were mad about how they kind of portrayed Lex Luthor kind of like a punk the whole movie. What you got to realize is Lex is still kind of young right here. Like, Superman's only been Superman for 3 years at this point in the movie. Lex Luthor's running a company and everything, but he's still kind of young too. And that was the thing about Lex. Like, he's smart and everything, but he's not God. Like, what? If I was casting somebody for Lex Luthor, I would have got Billy Zane. He seems like, just a dead ringer for Lex Luthor. Somebody older than Superman, And then for Superman, I would have casted somebody a little bit older. That's just me. I don't get paid millions of dollars to make the movies, so it doesn't really matter what I think. Okay. Alright, so now it's got all these little pieces. Okay. Starting to kind of look like a truck. Well, good luck getting that piece to stay on. All I gotta say. Oh Lord. Let me put these 8 stickers on. Okay. All right, 8 stickers later. to look like a truck. Okay, fix this real quick. Had a slight fumble there in the building process. Accidents will happen when you're building the leader of the Autobots. Okay. Alright, get that side stickers on. There's a lot going on with this. I was going to show this to my son when I got done. Now I'm kind of worried because it's kind of flimsy on some of the build. Unless something, you know, you're able to do something to kind of keep it from falling off. Okay. All right. Now, more stickers. But kind of getting a little bit easier at predicting where they go. Kind of. I did watch an interesting movie the other day on Netflix. It was, I think it's maybe a Taiwanese or Korean zombie movie called Zion, and it's on Netflix. Like I said, it just came out, so you'll see it on there. Because it was interesting because it was a zombie apocalypse after a dystopian future. So you had dystopian future where everybody's barely surviving. Then you have a zombie outbreak. What do you do then? It already sucks. And then you have a zombie outbreak. So I thought that was kind of a unique take on there, because usually the zombie outbreak causes the dystopian stuff. It was like, no, they were already living in poverty, and then the zombie thing comes out, and they're just like, they said, how many, the leader says, how many people live in this area? And the advisors tell him, he said, bomb the hospital. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, bomb it. We can't do that. Yeah, you can. It's 500 people in that hospital. There's 5 million people in this city. Bomb it. And I was like, well, I mean, I understand. But the one of the unique aspects, another unique aspect is the main character is a Muay Thai fighter. So that's kind of cool. He's fighting the zombies with Muay Thai. So he just keeps that front kick, stuff going on, stopping them in their tracks. And all the throws and everything that they do in that those boxing matches. So that was interesting. Okay. More stickers. What was that? Let's see. Where's my flashlight at? Oops, turn my light off. Hopefully it's this piece right here. We'll see. If I can't find it, I'll try to find it. Okay. Little binoculars, I need those. These little binoculars, they come in handy to build a lot of different things. I've noticed those on a lot of builds here lately. They're showing different pieces on here, so I'm hoping these are the right ones. The ones they're showing on there, the swords have little angles because I've used those before. These are little straight ones. Okay. Let's see. I get confused about some of these parts sometimes. Okay. All right. Is that the piece that fell? At least now I kind of know what I'm looking for. Oh, it's back there. It was back there, back there. Hope I didn't break it. Fuzz all over me. Well, let me not forget the stickers. And two, I think that's part of the reason this took so long is because of the stickers. Like if the stickers was already on here, I probably could have cut like 15 minutes off of this build, you know. Okay. All right. I think that's all of that one. So now I think it goes on top here. Like so. Yeah. Okay. So there's the front of your truck. Pretty cool. Looks like a truck. There goes that piece off again. Might end up gluing that one. We got the exhaust on. So oh man, there's snap on. Ugh. Try and get this bad boy on here. Oh, that was good. Already took something off. Okay. Close. Oof. Wheels. wheels on. Get on there. Oh no. Jesus. The only thing I kind of dislike so far about this build is the fact that these wheels are so close. This whole thing's about to fall apart, but these wheels are so close that they don't really turn. And the fact that this whole back end is about to fall apart on me. Very delicate. I said the wheels don't really turn because they're so close together. They kind of turn against each other. I don't know who come up with that. You can spread them out, but then it breaks up the way that it's built. Like you can tell it's built like that. See what I mean? It's very delicate. Like it's falling apart as I'm sitting here. And it's just because it's just a flimsy build. It's something that you would build and you would just sit there and look at it. And you got all these pieces left over. So I'll probably end up turning it into the robot and just leaving it like that. Because I have a feeling it'll be sturdier in the robot form. It's almost like the truck form was an afterthought. It's cool to look at. Which is why I wanted to make it. But it don't really roll. And I'll all that jazz. So, give it about a 5 out of 10. It's alright. This little Shelby coupe thing that I made is like 10 times sturdier. 10 times sturdier. This little car right here, I definitely recommend it on the Temu site. It was 10 times sturdier to build. My little kid loves playing with it. A lot sturdier. You just sit this little guy in there and drive around. A lot better. But it is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe. Got some more videos for y'all coming soon.